Another one. I just come across this picture took in Ladbroke Grove area of a pub, which was probably known as the KPH. Although the pictures I took of the thingy, the KPH logo wasn't above the door. That must have been after. Otherwise known as the Kensington Park Hotel. Now, unbelievably, it went under a 2-year refurbishment by this property company called Harcourt Inns. Spent over £1 million, and there was a big petition. Lead singer Catatonia and Eddie Izzard and a petition and all this, and the pub was saved. I thought I had my suspicions at the time when I took a picture of it, but it's where Timothy Evans used to drink. The man who was wrongly hanged for the murder of his wife, Beryl Evans, and their young child, Susanna, and yeah, the daughter, and also in a way, although it wasn't then, because she was pregnant with their second child, and because she wasn't very good at managing whatever money he gave her, there were lots of arguments, and he was semi-illiterate. And he got sacked, and of course Christy, the downstairs neighbour, was a bit of a sexual deviant and a bit of a sadomasochist and a killer. Could only have sex with a woman if she was unconscious. Anyway, he says to Evans, I've got a solution. And I can do an abortion. So he went off to work, come back, and some said he's been a terrible actor, But what I'd done is he used coal gas. She struggled, he hit her, and then he raped her while she was unconscious and strangled her. Gently, so not showing any marks. But one of her friends popped round, and she said she felt like there was somebody at the other side of the door trying to keep the door shut. Like there was somebody. Well, a lot of evidence was thrown out and ignored, and he was told by Christy, look, disappear, I'll sort it out. I know a couple in Acton who will, adopt your daughter. They'll sort it. And then when his parents started asking questions, and then they did from Beryl's parents that Beryl wasn't there, what's going on? So I went to the police station, and he made a confession. I think he had done it. They did it in the chucked in the manhole cover, because that's where Christy was going to put it. When he took three or four policemen to lift his heavy manhole cover up, and there was nothing in there. They found it in the outdoor wash house, and there was some controversy because there was some work on there and work for the tools, and mysteriously, because it could have cleared Evans, their work records disappeared, were lost. So it could never be proven or disproven. So it still looked like Timothy Evans had done it. And he made about 3 or 4 confessions, and then he actually did a confession which was the truth. But because he told so many different versions of the thing, one implicating himself, then implicating him and Christy, and then just Christy, when he actually did tell her the true account of what he remembered, Timothy Evans, being an ex-wartime policeman, kind of knew the crack, knew the drill, was persuasive that he was clear of any, even though he had a criminal record of cashing forged checks and nicking post. Yeah, and poor old Timothy Evans went to his death for a crime he didn't commit. He's now buried in a public graveyard. The saddest thing about this is, and I've deviated from the pub, is that I went to Gunnersbury Park Cemetery, not far, about half hour, about 20. about a 20-minute walk from where Sid James's house was before he moved to Ivor Heath near Pound Studios. I had a trouble finding the grave. I remember that. I went right to the back, and I'm assuming there's a big like motorway. It could be the Westway, but a big structure on stilts, like a bridge road structure, ring road, whatever, is just at the back end of Gunnersbury Cemetery. And thankfully, I think with some help, I found the grave of Beryl Evans and her daughter. Oh, what a pitiful sight, Jeff. What a pitiful sight it was. It might have changed, but I doubt it. Um, she was buried, and probably still is, in a pauper's grave. After all this time, a pauper's grave with probably 5 other people, and they're not, it's fading. And I think it's about time that these two were interned together with a new gravestone. Um, because what a shocking state of affairs that, with poor murder victims, if you include the unborn child. You know, for me personally, this is just it's just absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. I think his grave tombstones in disarray. I'm not sure. Collapsed. So, well, I know it collapsed at some point. It might have been replaced now, but I think it's about time there were like some kind of campaign to get Beryl Evans and Susanna and their daughter and Timothy Evans reunited in death in a new gravesite with a new tombstone. They deserve that at least, because her grave, if it is still the same situation, it's so pitiful. It's so I would say